Hello, I am D. Balarsimha, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Ramanapet. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to discuss kinetics of complex reactions. Okay. So, there are only few reactions which are straightforward and take place strictly according to the equation. It has been found that along with the main reactions, some side reactions also proceed which differ in rate. Okay. For such reactions, the description of the overall reaction is the resultant of several different rate expressions. Some important disturbing factors to the main reactions are described as follows. So, these are the reasons. These are the complex reactions with we cannot explain with the mechanism we follow for elementary simple reactions. So these are complex reactions. They require in detail study. So what are the complex reactions? The complex reactions are there are mainly four types of complex reactions are there. These are consecutive reactions, opposing reactions, chain reactions and parallel reactions. So consecutive reactions, the reactions proceed like this. Opposing reaction, nothing but they are reversible reactions. They are like reversible reaction. Chain reactions, we know the chlorination of methane in the presence of light is one of the famous example for the chain reactions. Parallel reactions in which the product forms two or more different types of the reactant forms two or more types of different products. Okay, these are the types of complex reactions. So, consecutive reactions, a chemical process in which the product of one reaction is the initial material for the other reactions. Okay. So, what are the consecutive reactions? Consecutive reactions it is a chemical process in which the product of one reaction is the product of the one reaction. B is the product of this reaction. Okay, is the initial material for the other reactions. So B is the initial material in this second reaction. Okay, so chemical process in which the product of one reaction is the initial material for the other reaction. So product of the one reaction is the initial material for the other reaction. Such type of reactions are called as consecutive reactions. Okay. Next, opposing reaction or a reversible reaction. Okay, a reversible reaction is a reaction in which the conversion of reactants to products and the conversion of products to reactants occur simultaneously. Conversion of reactants to products and conversion of products to reactants occur simultaneously. These are opposing reactions or reversible reactions. Okay. Next, chain reactions. A chain a chain reaction is a sequence of reactions where a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to take place. So a chain reaction is a sequence of reactions, okay, where a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to take place. So already we will discuss about this reaction in detail when we discuss about chain reactions. Okay. Next, what are parallel reactions? So the reaction in which a substance reacts or decomposes in more than one way are called as parallel reactions. Okay, the reaction in which a substance reacts or decomposes in more than one way, okay, in more than one way, are called as parallel or side reactions. Parallel or side reactions. So these are the main complex reactions. We will discuss about them in detail. Okay. First one, consecutive reactions. So what are the consecutive reactions? These are the reactions in which products are obtained from the reactants through one or more intermediate stage. Such reactions are important in polymerization processes. Thus, such reactions take place in stages. Okay, consecutive reaction. In other words, the reaction, it is a chemical process in which the product of one reaction. Okay, the product of one reaction is the initial material for the other reaction. Is the initial material for the other reaction. Such reactions are called as consecutive reactions. Here, A forms product B. Okay, A forms product B, and the rate constant for this A to B reaction is K1. Okay, K1. Right. In the second step, B becomes the reactant and forms the product C, and the rate constant is K2. So the kinetics or the rate of the net reaction will be determined by the slowest step called the rate determining step. Okay, we know that slow step is a rate determining step. Okay, the steps which are fast or too slow do not contribute significantly to the overall rate of reaction. Consider the bromination of acetone in presence of acid. Okay, bromination of it is acetone. Bromination of acetone gives rise to this product. Okay, right. The various stages through which the net reaction passes are experimentally found to be. So in the first step, enolic form is formed. Okay, this is ketone form, this is enol form, this is enol form. So acetone participate in ketoenol tautomerism, and this enolic form reacts with bromine and forms an additional product. Okay, addition product. Then this addition product gives rise to substitution product, substitution of bromine on acetone. So in this reaction, the slow step is first one. And why it is considered as a consecutive reaction? It is the enolic form which formed as intermediate, and it is the product of one reaction, and it is the reactant of another reaction. So such type of reactions are called as consecutive reactions. So other examples of consecutive reactions are here. I am taking this ester, hydrolysis of ester. So first this one is hydrolyzed as acid. Okay, and in the second step it is hydrolyzed as acid. So in this step, in this reaction, this B is the intermediate. So for the first reaction it is the product, for the second reaction it is the reactant. So this is one of the example for the consecutive reaction. So if you take this second one, glycol, oxidation of glycol. So first this alcohol is converted into aldehyde, and in the second step this remaining alcohol is converted into aldehyde. So in this also, this product which is B is reactant product for the first reaction and the reactant for the second reaction. So these are the examples for the consecutive reactions. Okay, and second one is opposing reactions. So opposing reactions are called as a reversible reaction. A reversible reaction is a reaction in which the conversion of the reactants to products, and the conversion of products to reactants takes place simultaneously, occur simultaneously. These are the examples. This is the simple definition of opposing reaction or reversible reaction. So on the other hand, there are large number of reactions which never go to completion. In such reactions, there exists an appreciable amount of reactants and products at the state of equilibrium. Okay, these are equilibrium reactions, these are opposing reactions, these are reversible reactions. So we know that all reactions may be called reversible or opposing because at equilibrium they do exist some amount of the reactants. At equilibrium they exist some amount of reactants. So here in this the molar concentration of ethyl acetate is very high. Okay, the molar concentration in the beginning, okay, in the beginning ethyl acetate, molar concentration of ethyl acetate is very high, and thus the rate of the forward reaction will be high. Okay, as the reaction proceeds, more and more acetic acid and ethyl alcohol result. More and more acetic acid, as the reaction proceeds, the more and more acetic acid and ethyl alcohol result. Due to this, the rate of backward reaction will also show a regular increase. After forming ethyl acetate and ethyl alcohol, the reaction, backward reaction also begins. Thus, with the passage of time, the rate of forward reaction will go on increasing and that of the backward reaction will go on decreasing. Okay, backward reaction goes on decreasing. A stage comes when the rate of both the opposing reactions become equal. That is called equilibrium. Okay, at the where a stage comes at which the rates of both the opposing reactions become equal. At the state of equilibrium, the molar concentrations of reactants and the products are not necessarily same, but the rates are equal and opposite. At the state of equilibrium, the molar concentrations of the reactants and the products are not necessarily the same. They should not be the same. So reactants and products concentration may be different, but their rate of equation is equal. Okay, equal and opposite. Here this is a very important example for the opposing reactions. So let us consider a few different types of reactions. Here first one, case 1, I am taking case 1, first order in the forward and second order in the backward reactions. We are discussing about opposing reactions. Okay, they mainly we discuss these opposing reactions in two cases. In first case, first order in the forward and second order in the backward reaction. So if we take this decomposition of phosphorus pentachloride, it is first order with respect to the forward reaction and second order with respect to the backward reaction, because in the slow step there are two molecules which participate in the otherwise in the forward reaction the rate of the reaction depends upon the one concentration term, and in the backward reaction the rate of the reaction depends upon two concentration terms of the reactants. Okay, and hydrolysis of ethyl acetate in the presence of acid is one of the example for the first order, and pseudo first order reaction it is. The forward reaction is pseudo first order, and reversible opposing reaction is second order. So why it is second order? In regarding with this opposing reaction, the rate of the reaction depends upon the two terms of the reactants, two concentration terms of the reaction, that is acetic acid and ethyl alcohol. So this is the general example for the reactions in which the first order in the forward and second order in the backward. So first order in the forward, second order in the backward reactions. If you take second one, case 2, second order in the forward and first order in the backward reaction. So here second order in the forward, esterification of alcohol. Here esterification of alcohol, the forward reaction rate of the forward reaction depends upon two concentration terms of the reactants, whereas in case of backward reaction it depends only upon the one concentration term of the backward reaction. So that's why this is the example for the second order in forward and first order in the backward reaction. Okay, and the second example for this case is combination of phosphorus trichloride and chlorine. So this forward reaction depends, the rate of the forward reaction depends upon the two concentration terms of the reactants, and backward reaction depends upon the one concentration term of the reactants. So the general reaction for this case is A plus B, okay. It is rate constant of forward reaction, it is a rate constant of backward reaction. Here in the forward reaction, the rate depends upon these two concentration terms. In the backward reaction, the rate depends upon the one concentration term of C. Right? These are the examples for the opposing reactions. Next, and a few examples of opposing reaction. These are we may consider it as case 3. Forward reaction and backward reaction both are first order reactions. Both are first order reactions. Here ammonium cyanate is rearranged to urea. Okay, right. Next one is chain reactions. Okay, free radicals are produced as intermediates to carry out the reaction at a fast rate. Okay, in other words, a chain reaction is a sequence of reactions where a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to take place. A chain reaction is a sequence of reactions. Where a reactive product, okay, a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to take place. So it is a hydrogen, the reaction between hydrogen and bromine is one of the example for the chain reactions. And regarding in organic chemistry, chlorination of methane in the presence of light is also one of the best example for the chain reaction. Okay, so here I am taking hydrogen reaction between hydrogen and bromine to form hydrogen bromide. The proposed mechanism of this reaction involves the following steps. In the first step, bromine is dissociated and forming a free radical. Okay, bromine free radical. So it is called chain initiation. It is a reactive intermediate. Okay, it causes additional reactions to take place. Here bromine free radical reacts with hydrogen and forms HBr and forms hydrogen free radical. This hydrogen free radical reacts with bromine molecule and forms hydrogen bromide and bromine free radical. So this hydrogen free radical reacts with hydrogen bromide and forms hydrogen molecule. This is chain retardation. So in the chain propagation, the chain continues and forms number of products. Okay, bromine in the chain propagation, the bromine free radical gets consumed, converted into hydrogen and bromine into HBr, and bromine gets regenerated. Again and again in the chain propagation, bromine free radical is regenerated and hydrogen free radical is regenerated, and the reaction goes on. In the chain initiation, bromine absorbs energy and dissociates into bromine atoms. Okay, bromine atoms. In chain retardation, in this step the chain reaction is inhibited by the destruction of the product. Okay, in chain retardation, the chain reaction is inhibited by the destruction of the product. HBr and bromine is regenerated. Okay, HBr and bromine free radical is regenerated. In the chain termination, bromine atom combine to form bromine molecule. Okay, bromine atom combine to form bromine molecule. So this step is the reverse of step 1. Okay, this step is the reverse of step 1. The hydrogen and bromine atoms which propagate the chain reaction are called chain carriers. Hydrogen and bromine free radicals are chain carriers. This is the one of the example for the chain reactions. Okay, what are chain reactions? A chain reaction is a sequence of reactions where a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to take place. So this is about chain reactions. The next one is parallel reactions. So parallel reactions or side reactions. Okay, the reactions in which a substance reacts or decomposes in more than one way. Okay, the reactions in which the substances react in more than one way are called as parallel reactions or side reactions. So in certain reactions, the reacting substances react to form two or more products by different paths, by taking different paths, such that the one product is in large amount. Okay, the one product is in large amount than the others. In such cases, the reaction giving the larger amount of the product is called main reaction, and while the other reaction giving smaller amounts of the product are called side reactions or parallel reactions. So in these reactions, there is a possibility of two or more products, for formation of two or more products. In those products, one is major one, remaining one or two are minor products. The reaction, the path in which the main product is formed is called as main reaction, and the path in which the side product or minor product is formed is called as side reaction or parallel reaction. So parallel or side reactions are very common in organic chemistry, and some important examples are nitration of phenol. Here nitration of phenol, okay, it is phenol and HNO3 reacting with HNO3 and forms orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. So here one reactant is forming two types of products. Okay, two types of products. Okay, one reactant is forming K1 and K2, two types of products. Here if B is formed in large amount, it is called as main reaction. If C is formed in smaller amounts, C is a minor product, it is called as side reaction or parallel reaction. So here chlorination of benzene. Chlorination of benzene also, it forms chlorobenzene and benzene hexachloride. So chlorobenzene and benzene hexachloride. Chlorobenzene, benzene hexachloride. It is benzene hexachloride. In the first one it is a substitution reaction, in the second one it is addition reaction. Okay, there are two types of products are formed in the chlorination of benzene. Okay, right, the first one is substitution, this one is, second one is benzene hexachloride. Formation of benzene hexachloride is an addition reaction. So it is one of the example for the parallel reaction. So reduction of benzene diazonium chloride with ethyl alcohol. It is benzene diazonium chloride with ethyl alcohol. It forms benzene, acetaldehyde and nitrogen and HCl. In another side reaction, it forms phenyl ethyl ether, okay, as major product. It is also one of the example for the parallel reaction. Reaction of alkyl halide, okay, with potassium hydroxide. So it is elimination reaction. It is ethene is formed as elimination product, and in the second reaction ethyl alcohol is formed as a substitution product. These are the few examples for the side chain or side reaction or parallel reaction. And it is important to note that by adjusting the reaction conditions, the side reactions can be made negligible as compared to the main reaction. Okay, for example, in the reaction of ethyl chloride with caustic potash, ethyl alcohol is main product when aqueous solution of KOH is used. Okay, on the other hand, C2H4 is the main product when alcoholic solution of KOH is used. So if you take this fourth reaction, okay, if aqueous KOH is used, then ethyl alcohol is the major product. So just we are rearranging the reaction conditions, and if you use aqueous KOH, the ethyl alcohol is the main product. And if you use alcoholic KOH and alcoholic KOH, the ethene is the main product. Okay, so ethyl alcohol, okay, if we use ethyl chloride, if we use aqueous KOH, right, it forms a substitution product, ethyl alcohol. Or if you use alcoholic KOH, okay, and in this minus HCl is eliminated and forms ethene, which is an elimination product. So in this way, by just adjusting the reaction conditions, we can eliminate the side product, and we can form the product which is desired one. Okay, right. These are this is about side or parallel reactions. Okay, so in this lecture we have discussed about complex reactions. There are mainly four types of complex reactions are there. First one is consecutive reactions, right? Consecutive reactions. In consecutive reactions, one of the product acts as a reactant for the another reaction. Okay, a product in one reaction acts as a reactant in for other reaction. These are consecutive reactions. Okay, second one is opposing reactions. Simply these are opposing reactions. These are reversible reactions. So A forms B, that is product, and B forms A. This rate constant is forward reaction, rate constant is given, and rate constant for backward reaction is K2. Okay, and next one is chain reaction. So in chain reaction, one of the chain carrier is formed, and it forms a number of products. Okay, it forms a number of products. So in the chain reaction, a sequence of reactions takes place. Okay, where a reactive product or byproduct causes additional reactions to takes place. We have discussed about reaction between hydrogen and bromine, right, and forms hydrogen bromide. In chain reaction, there is initiation, propagation, and termination. And last one is parallel reactions. So in parallel reactions, reactant forms two or more types of products by taking different paths. Okay, K1 and K2. If one product is formed major in larger amount, it is called as main reaction. If one product is formed in a smaller amount or minor product, it is called as parallel reaction or side reaction. These are the things which we have discussed in this video lecture. Okay, these are about complex reactions.